My name is Sem Piters. I'm comprehensively great-looking, a natural blonde, and a highly intelligent one. I'm extremely tough, an exceptional journalist, and I hate modesty. I work for Uncharted. It's basically Playboy for scientists. Fewer naked women, fewer cars, more text. We report on excavations in, and expeditions to, the remotest corners of the world. The pay is, to be exact, pretty miserable. But you get adventure on tap, and that's the best bonus you could ask for. Although sometimes they're hairy, even for my taste. My latest trip took me to Indonesia, where local archaeologists had discovered an ancient temple complex in the jungle. Team members were disappearing one after another without trace. Turns out, it was terrorists. They kidnapped me. Then my old friend Max showed up and got me out of there. And here we are. He's off trying to get a whiff of the gang's plans. I'm supposed to inform the Indonesian authorities. Oh, and a volcano has now erupted and half of the island is in flames. I have no idea where Max is now, and I'm not going looking for him in this inferno. Anyway, it's supposed to be the man who goes through flames for the woman, and not the other way around. My task is clear. I have to escape from this island and bring help from the mainland. Done it. Now let's hightail it out of here. Crap. This inflatable dinghy is missing some, inflation. Reminds me of my last relationship. So how am I supposed to get to the mainland now? Definitely past its sell-by date as a food source, but that claw might make a useful tool. Shards are lucky. Doesn't show any sign of stopping. I hope Max is all right. When Max came here with this boat, it was in a considerably better state. The volcano's out of control. Whatever it is I'm doing here, let's do it fast. I'll just take the one bone. Please don't talk to me. I don't care what your name is. You're just a simple thorn bush, aren't you? Locked. Maybe I can get it open some other way. My goodness. Max and his weakness for fancy locking mechanisms. Interesting mechanism. I'm sure that by pushing the switch, you can get Max's box open. Nope. hope all the trouble's been worth it. Boots and socks. A satellite phone would have been nice. They're too big for me anyway. I'll cut a piece of rubber out. I'll jam the piece of rubber between the claws. I'll jam the crab claw onto the end. Let's clean away this grease and sand. A stripped-down air pump. Like roasting marshmallows. You have to know when enough's enough. Melted enough? Generally, more heat is better. But in this case, I'll make an exception. Quite beautiful, also rather scary. Perfect. Let's get this dinghy back on the high seas. Now I can get out of here at last. I haven't phoned in for days. My editor will be going loopy. Home at last. First, I'm going to treat myself to a drink. And then I will listen to the 25 messages my charming editor has left for me. He sounds a bit miffed because I've only just got back from Indonesia. My excuses had better wait. He's already got a new job lined up for me. It's an important one by the sounds of it. Could be big for the magazine. I'd better not waste any time. Sure, a girl like me can find a new job really fast, but it still sounds like hassle I don't need. I'd best take the next flight to Berlin. I need to meet up with a Professor Hartmann. He heads up a research group at Humboldt University, and our magazine is one of the sponsors of his Africa expedition. It seems that our professor is hot on the trail of some scientific sensation out there. How often have I heard that shit? The sensation is usually some frothy bullshit that we can't even use to fill the summer news gap. Anyway, I'm clinging on to this job, which means I'm headed out to Africa with the professor at the next opportunity. I don't know exactly where we're going, so anything could be in store. And that is exactly what I love about this damn job. The Biological Institute. This is where I'm supposed to meet Professor Hartmann. The gate's locked.
Yes, can I help you?
Hello, my name is Peters. I've got an appointment with Professor Hartmann.
I'm sorry, but he's no longer in the building.
What? But he wanted to meet me here this evening.
According to our database, the professor is away on an expedition.
He's already set off? But I was supposed to be going with him.
Yes, well, not every department of this facility is as efficiently organized as the security department is.
Shit. My boss is gonna go bananas when he finds out I've missed this shot. What am I supposed to do now? Can you hear me?
Yes?
Do you know where the professor was headed?
No, but you could ask his secretary.
Great. Where is she?
Frau Mueller has already left for the weekend. She'll be back Monday morning.
Have you got her home number?
We do. But I couldn't possibly give out private staff details to members of the public. Be patient and come back Monday.
Patience is definitely not an option. No professor, no story. I need to find him as fast as I can. If I only knew where he was headed. Now I'm really in a jam. Could you perhaps pop along to Professor Hartman's office and see if he's left a note for me?
If he had left you a note, then it would be here at reception, I'm sure.
Does Professor Hartman have a cell number by any chance?
Doesn't look like it. We only have his office number here.
Do you know exactly when the professor jilted me?
Just a second. It looks like it was this morning.
Could you perhaps imagine letting me into his office for just a mo?
If you'd like to know precisely, no, not in my wildest dreams. But I wish you a refreshing, stress-free weekend.
Same to you. With bells on. Looks like I'm gonna have to help myself. No gate stopped me before. I need to get into the professor's office to find out where he's gone. If I mess up this assignment, then that's my job out the window. I've just about got everything a girl could need in this little bag, but sadly nothing to wipe these markings away. Full to the brim with cartons and newspapers. No, without a very, very good reason, I am not going to touch that. The first accessory for my sailboat. I know Berlin punks are finding new body parts to punch holes in every day, but I think we've some years yet before all-over body piercing comes into fashion. Although, with that security camera there, perhaps I could upload the result to YouTube and set the trend. Who am I kidding? I'm no punk. The camera is covering the entire entrance. The doorman will be watching every move I make. There's a notice from garbage collection stuck on the letterbox. According to this, the BSR collects the waste paper first. Then another truck comes for the bio-waste. The bulky stuff goes tomorrow. The waste paper collection's been and gone. The camera is directed at the entrance. It's only moved once, and that was when the garbage truck drove up, but only so far. It still keeps its original target area in sight. Bio-waste. Certainly the right color. Wow, that stinks. Well, okay, but just this once. Where's it supposed to go? Sounds like a good plan. There's a notice from garbage collection stuck on the letterbox. According to this, If I throw the carpet over the metal spikes, I could climb over easily enough. But then I'd be in full view of the security camera and the doorman would spot me. I need to find a better way. Now or never. Made it. Now I somehow have to get into the Institute and find Professor Hartman's office. Waltz into the building through the main entrance? The doorman would chuck me straight out. There's gotta be some more subtle way in there. That's what comes from leaving your tools lying around. Damn, the clamp is solid. I can't get the hose off. Freedom for garden hoses. The sign is fastened to the tree with 4 screws. Nothing's gonna happen without some tools. The perfect entry assistance. Whoever said size doesn't matter was covering something up. This ladder, in particular, is way too short. Who needs a bolt cutter when head shears can do the job just as well? I've cut through the chains. Unfolded, the ladder is certainly long enough, but it's too flimsy to put weight on. I'll tie the hose as tightly as I can to the rake. I'll push the rake through both legs of the ladder and secure the whole thing with the garden hose. That is a sturdy ladder. Well done, Sam. Climbing through windows. A real cat burglar, me. And look, the coast is clear. Oh, empty files. Useless. Nothing that I could use. Not Professor Hartman's office. Not Professor Hartman's office. Won't open. Now let's see what's in it. I always keep this photo on me. It's supposed to remind me what I'm grafting for every day. Fulfilling my childhood dream of owning a pretty little white sailboat. You only live once. I'll take a bag of crackers. My snack? And 1-cent change. Go down and run into the doorman's arms, perhaps? I don't want to push my luck too far. The 1-cent coin is thin enough to unscrew it. Amazeballs! Ugh, I have sunk to a new low. That'll work. I'll bet my sailboat on it. Phew. Okay, Sam. Find the damn info on where our perfidious professor's gone off to. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll get your story, a pay rise, and that nice little sailboat you're dreaming of. There's some torn up paper on the top. I'll take a closer look. A stack of homework, botany books, and writing materials. Thanks, but I don't think that they're gonna help me right now. I need some kind of a lead here, or I won't know what I'm looking for. Time is a luxury I don't have. I don't think that these books are gonna help me further in any kind of way. I need some kind of a ripped up fax. Now let's see if I can put this back together. His expedition party sent him a fax. They've discovered some hitherto unknown species. Great, but where, for heaven's sake? Unfortunately, there's only a code here. GHN 7531. But maybe that'll help me further. This file is marked GHN 7520 to GHN 7535. It ought to contain notes from the current expedition. Bingo. GHN 7531. The expedition has gone to Ghana, to Lake Bosomtwi. So what the hell are they looking for there? Lake Bosomtwi lies in the meteorite crater in Ghana's Ashanti region. It's 8 kilometers in diameter, about 80 meters deep, and doesn't have an outflow. The ecosystem and the lake are endemic, meaning there are lots of plant and animal varieties that are unique to that location. The priority is investigating the effects on the ecosystem of a massive meteorite strike. What's that on the fax? The expedition has discovered some previously unknown organism. If the story's big enough to pull the professor away with such short notice, perhaps it's big enough to buy me a boat. Let's hit the trail for Ghana and Lake Bosomtwi. The flight to Accra via Amsterdam was pretty fuss-free, but the in-flight food was crappy, as expected. I was able to revive myself with some traditional fufu and a few Gordon Sparks in a chop shop before a bush pilot flew me into an airfield by Lake Bosomtwi. With a bit of luck, I'll be at the base camp in a few hours. Looks like everyone upped and left in the night. Strange. I've got goosebumps all of a sudden, despite the heat. I'm getting something of a horrible feeling here. I'd better get a move on so I can reach the Lake Basantui camp before nightfall.